AOC. Where the hell was AOC during the Capitol riot? Was she there? Was she actually afraid? Or was she not? I don't know. I don't know. So today, we're gonna find out. I have a few sources. I have a few things to read. And I want to get to the bottom of this. So I've purposefully been avoiding information to go into this unbiased. I haven't watched any political streamers talk about this. I haven't really read anything about this. So I've collected a few articles and sources that I'm going to read. And I'm going to try to figure it out with everyone. The detailed explanation of how a Geo gun would work by Ms. Peep is scary. Anyways. In this tab stack, we have a few sources. Ask PolitiFact. Let's check on PolitiFact really quick. It has a high factual reporting, not very high, but it's a high factual reporting, and it's not that biased. It's a little more biased to the left. But as a left-leaning person, I don't mind left-leaning bias. So, yeah, I mean, this is a good source. This is kind of what I'm looking for out of sources. Something like The Guardian isn't typically what I go to, but something like this is more what I like to see. So, with that in mind, ask PolitiFact, where was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez during the Capitol riot? If your time is short, in an Instagram live video, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez described her experience as pro-Trump rioters violently sieged the Capitol on January 6th. Hold on, we're gonna make the screen a little bit bigger for you guys. Critics said Ocasio-Cortez exaggerated the danger she was in, noting that she was not in the Capitol building breached by rioters, but a nearby office building. Some said she lied, but Ocasio-Cortez never claimed in the video that she was in the Capitol. Ocasio-Cortez was in the Cannon House office building, which was evacuated. She described fearing for her life as an unknown man who turned out to be a Capitol police officer knocked on her door and entered her office. So this is the TLDR. She didn't claim to be there, but she was scared, and she had a person who she didn't know who they were, like, knocking on the door when, you know, she was supposed to be evacuated. And I think the reason why she wasn't out was because she was in the bathroom, but we have to look deeper. In the 90-minute Instagram live video, Ocasio-Cortez described fearing for her life as she hid in the bathroom of her office in the Cannon House office building, a part of the Capitol complex. Can we actually see? I'm trying to figure out where the Capitol is from here. How far away was this? Okay, so Capitol's here, she's here. It's kind of close. It's kind of around the perimeter. It's close, but it's not like super close, but at the same time, you know, there would be a lot of commotion. So I can understand, like, you know, if she was scared, maybe, but like, also, did she exaggerate? So I think the police, so the thing that's making people say that she exaggerated was that she feared she could die, in quotes. And I guess what caused her to think this was a police person knocking on the door. And also, she's pretty popular. She's a pretty popular person, and I feel like it could have been very possible if these people were willing to go to the Capitol that they might have wanted to, you know, go for her too. Because, you know, you can kind of figure out where her office is on Google Maps. Oh, here's a video. Oh, this is an hour. I'm not watching that. Yeah, it's 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. I just hear, where is she? Where is she? So it was like they were actively seeking for her, and that's kind of scary. Told her to hide, run, and hide. I mean, if you're told these things, and there's commotion going on, you're primed for a dangerous situation. And then you hear someone just saying, "Where is she?" And you're like you're the only girl in there, and there's people like, going inside of people's offices and stuff. Like, I can understand. I think I can understand. So that's that article. That's PolitiFact. CNN Politics. Let's check this source. CNN has a left bias, and it's also mixed. Kind of why I don't like CNN. Can I watch this? Oh God, that's loud. We're gonna go to light mode. Sorry guys, so we can see this.
I had a pretty traumatizing event happen to me, and
That's too far.
I do not know if I can even disclose the full details of that event.
There we go.
Due to security concerns, but I can tell you that I had a very close encounter where I thought I was going to die.
So, as we heard from PolitiFact, she was referring to the moment the police officer was knocking on her door, and that really scared her. She wasn't actually in danger, but she was scared she was.
Because there were QAnon and white supremacist sympathizers, and frankly, white supremacist members of Congress, in that extraction point, who I know and who I had felt would disclose my location. If they had any shred of integrity about their claims, their lies really, but their claims about this election, they would take off their pin and turn it in.
Okay, cool. Democratic has been mocked, criticized by some Republicans and conservatives over a vivid story she told on Instagram about her experiences and emotions during the Capital Insurrection on January 6th. We fact-checked 3 of her critics. 1 was false, 1 was misleading essential context, and 1 was misleading. We also fact-checked 2 of the claims Ocasio-Cortez herself made about the Capitol insurrection. 1 was unproven and 1 was false. Interesting. The 2018 photos of Ocasio-Cortez, I'm not sure what this is about, calling into question in her Instagram remarks about fearing for her life during the insurrection. Conservative commentator Candace Owens tweeted Wednesday that people should never forget that time AOC staged a photo shoot dressed in all white at a parking lot to spread lies about immigrant children in cages. Owens' false claims were debunked in 2019 when they were made by others. Didn't stage a phony photo shoot. She was photographed by photojournalists as she participated in a 2018 protest. So Owens said she staged this. She didn't stage this. Okay. Made the trip to Texas days before she became a national name by defeating a high-ranking incumbent congressman in a Democratic primary in New York. The photos of Ocasio-Cortez looking emotional during the protest did not go viral until a year later, when Texas photojournalist Ivan Pierre Augry tweeted some of his photos from his work that day. Okay, I'm not interested in this. Owens is not the only conservative. Okay. These claims from Ocasio-Cortez critics leave out key context. First, this is connected to the Capitol via an underground walkway that is frequently used by legislators, aides, journalists, and others. The Cannon building is considered part of the Capitol complex. Second, Ocasio-Cortez did not mislead about where she was during the insurrection. She explicitly explained on Instagram Live that her office is in a building near the Capitol. Okay, yeah, that checks out. Capitol Police instructed people to evacuate the Cannon building amid the Capitol attack. The all clear was announced less than an hour after the evacuation announcement. Fourth, a pipe bomb was found that day outside the office of the Republican National Committee, which is just down the street from the Cannon building. Google Maps puts the walking distance between the two buildings at 260 feet. Mesa, South Carolina Congresswoman appeared to challenge her claims about what happened in the Cannon building. I'm 2 doors down from AOC, and no insurrectionists stormed our hallway. She responded to Mace, noted that Mace told a newspaper in January that she had barricaded herself in her office during the attack. She then responded, I have not once discounted your fear. We were all terrified that day. I'm stating the fact that insurrectionists were never in our hallway because they weren't. I deal in facts, unlike you apparently. Mace's first fact check is misleading. Ocasio-Cortez never said that insurrectionists were in their hallway. Yeah, I haven't seen any evidence of that. In her telling of the story on Instagram, she said she had been scared that day by a man in her office she thought was a rioter who turned out to be an officer. It checks out. And then, yeah. Okay. The bombs. While rejecting the accusation that she exaggerated the threat to her safety, Ocasio-Cortez tweeted on Wednesday, the bombs Trump supporters planted surrounded our offices too. Our offices is kind of vague, but, you know, if she's saying our, that must include her, so that would mean, you know, that's like by her office, which is the Cannon building. So, is this true? The assertion that Trump supporters planted the bombs has not been proved. We don't yet know the identity or motivation of the person the FBI believes placed pipe bombs outside the offices of the RNC and DNC the night before the insurrection. The FBI is still seeking information on a suspect whose appearance was obscured by a face mask and a hooded sweatshirt. So R could have referred to just people in the government. I mean, there were pipe bombs, I guess, and I don't know. It's not. I don't feel like this is that important. Ted Cruz's role. I don't care. Okay, that's enough of that source. AP News. Let's check this out. Very high, least biased. Yeah, Associated Press News. Very, very credible source. I do trust this. A Democrat from New York falsely claimed that the claim is that she falsely claimed she faced rioters in the main Capitol building during the January 6th insurrection. Their assessment, it's false. She never claimed she was in the main Capitol building, nor did she claim that she was face-to-face with a mob of violent rioters. In the Instagram video, she explained that she was in her office in a neighboring building on the Capitol complex, where she experienced a frightening encounter with a Capitol police officer who she said didn't announce himself. Yep, that's what I read. Days after, she opened up about the Capitol attack and her past sexual assault in an Instagram Live, and they're falsely accusing her about lying about the details. Never claimed she was there. Her video explaining her experience on the insurrection, she made the point to clarify that she was in the congressional office, which was in a different building nearby. It's connected, but, you know, it's different. The Cannon building, the tunnels. So this just kind of, this kind of just checks out with everything that we've read so far. And this is, you know, this is my favorite source out of the ones that we've looked over for this segment. And I think I can come to the conclusion that she didn't really lie. And she didn't really over-exaggerate either. She had feelings that she was scared, and she expressed that, and I think that that is valid. Even if she wasn't in any actual danger, saying that, you know, just saying that you were You felt like you were in danger. You were scared. You did fear for your life because of the you know, what was going on. It's fine and it's valid. And to just say she lied, I don't think that's particularly accurate. So this is kind of how I try to learn about things. I try to do this in an unbiased way and show my learning process. So if you guys like that, thank you for watching. We kind of just learned together. Yeah, that'll be the end of that video.